When talking about the greatest boxers of all time, Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson will always be in the discussion. They ruled their respective eras, and fans often imagine who would have prevailed had the two competed in their primes. The debate continues to this day, and in this video, we'll discuss what boxing legends think about who they would bet on had the two gone face-to-face against each other in the boxing ring. Comparisons between Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali have been made ever since Tyson shocked the boxing world by becoming the youngest heavyweight champion and eventually the undisputed champion. Different boxers on the comparison between the two. When BT Sport asked the boxing community who they thought would win, a split decision supported one fighter. The boxers Ricky Hatton, Frank Bruno, Amir and Anthony Crolla all backed Ali, saying they would never bet against him because he invented a new boxing style. Ali to many is the greatest fighter of all time. His technique, footwork, and speed could get the better of anybody in the boxing ring. Deontay Wilder and Anthony Yarde countered that Tyson's punches had enough force to knock him out regardless of Ali's speed. However, Tyson Fury, who is considered the greatest heavyweight of this era, argued that there could not be a winner because they are from various fighting eras. He was named after Mike Tyson, and that bias may have gotten the better of him to take one name. Ric Flair, a former wrestler and expert on both boxers, has expressed his opinion on who he believes would have prevailed in a fight between Tyson and Ali. The well-known wrestler has always been a fan of Mike Tyson and knows both very well. He claims that comparisons are also made in sports, just like in business. He believed that only Mike Tyson, in his prime, could compete with Muhammad Ali in a tough match. He adds, two completely different fighting styles, but if Mike hits you, you're going down, and I love Mike to death. Furthermore, he thinks that no one could have defeated Muhammad Ali in his prime. When one looks at Ali's previous fights, says Rick, he was big, he was rangy, he had length. He claims that although Ali has never been considered a knockout artist, he can outbox anyone. Muhammad Ali could simply dance around you and box. He adds as a conclusion, Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes got his legendary status in the boxing world after completing a sensational career that saw him defeat Muhammad Ali in 1980 and hold the WBC heavyweight title from 1978 to 1983. He came out of retirement to fight against Mike Tyson. However, Tyson won the fight by technical knockout in the 8th round. When asked a question whether Tyson would have survived in the 70s against the greatest like Ali, he said, Joe Frazier would beat him up in his style. Ali, slap him all day long with a jab. Kenny Norton, too strong. George Foreman, 2 seconds. Many people consider the 70s era to be the greatest in boxing history, and Mike would not have survived with those boxers. Anthony Joshua. While Tyson Fury refuses to pick sides in the Tyson-Ali debate and simply says it is foolish to compare the two because of the different periods they fought, his fellow countryman, Anthony Joshua, is not worried about picking sides, and his opinion is not shared by many. When asked during a JD Sports Instagram Live about Ali versus Tyson, he chose Tyson and gave reasons for it. I just believe Tyson was better schooled because times have evolved. He was more developed with more science, more information, so Tyson would have won, in my humble opinion. Joe Frazier. The legends of the 70s, including Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, and Larry Holmes, were sitting together in an interview and were asked whether Mike Tyson would have stood a chance against them. Larry Holmes, as we saw, said the same things, that he would not stand a chance against any of them. However, Joe Frazier did not agree with him and started nodding his head and said, he's a marksman. If you look at this young man, when he is throwing punches, he just doesn't throw punches for the heck of it. There's a cause and reason, and believe it or not, he is right on target. This is one of the reasons why the debate continues to this day. If Tyson was just a knockout artist with no technique, everybody would agree that Ali would have gotten better of him. But that is simply not the case. Tyson has technique and power. Everything he threw was calculated, and that's why some people sided with him in a hypothetical fight against Ali. 90s flashback. Mike Tyson and Muhammad Ali talk show. Ali and Mike showed mutual respect whenever they were asked about their fights. Both fighters stated in interviews, such as their popular one together on the Arsenio Hall show in 1989, that the other would defeat them. They gave their thoughts on a 1989 episode of the Arsenio Hall show, in which the host specifically asked that question, with Sugar Ray Leonard sandwiched between them. Ali hesitated to respond when asked whether he could have defeated the then WBA, WBC, IBF, and the ring heavyweight champion. He leaned back in his chair and waved at Tyson, who denied the compliment from the Louisville Lip. I was a dancing master. I wasn't that powerful, but I was so fast that if he hit me, he said, before leaning back in his chair as though he had just been knocked out. When host Arsenio Hall posed the question to the baddest man on the planet, he replied humbly, By no means, I'm vain. I know I'm great, but let me tell you something. In this case, every head must bow, and every tongue must confess that this Ali is the most excellent of all time. I've seen him in the ring with killers, Foreman, Frazier, killers who hit much harder than I, and he takes these guys' greatest punches, and that's what made him such a champion. A fight between Ali and Tyson has always been a dream of every boxing fan. The two legends, whereas Tyson was a knockout artist who won fights with a single punch, Ali was known for his evasive footwork. The winner of a fight between the two ultimately depends on who could use their fighting style the best. But one thing is for sure, there would have undoubtedly been fireworks if the two had been able to fight during the same era. Who do you believe would prevail if Ali fought Tyson? What would be your prediction? A prime Muhammad Ali versus a prime Mike Tyson? Who do you support? Tell us in the comments section below. If you're enjoying our content and want to see more, be sure to leave a like before subscribing to the channel so you don't miss any of our weekly uploads. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.